It's been 2 months. 2 months since the last pod. I'm not proud of that. But whatever. I fucking suck. I'm always, it's a balance trying to come up with like random topics versus what's going on in the news and whatever. So sometimes I think I might not have enough, and sometimes I think, or maybe I'm overthinking shit, whatever. But we're here, and we're going to talk about some shit that's probably a little old. You could say you're late to the party or whatever, but that's what happens when you don't put out a podcast in 2 fucking months. I'd love to do one every week like we used to. But kind of hard to do when you're doing it by yourself. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy to find interesting topics, but fuck do you care about that? You're just here to listen. And you might have noticed some ads. They're not anything major. They're just other podcasts and shit like that. I try to keep it somewhat relevant to what we do here. But because I could throw a bunch of ads about shit that has nothing to do with this podcast. Because they added this thing, sorry, where you can basically just plug in other people's podcast ads, and you make pennies. But whatever, we need something. We need to get started somewhere. We need this shit is coming all out of my pocket. So if I can get some pennies back, I'll take it. But I'll only try to keep it somewhat relevant topics, meaning like current events, comedy, that type of stuff. Because there's a lot of topics, but whatever. So if you run into one of those, it's just me trying to, I guess, recoup a little bit of the money I spend on this shit so that I can share my thoughts with you. A lot of heavy shit's been going on. Motherfucker's been shooting up everyone and everything. But we are not going to talk about that. We are here to get away from that. And we stopped doing that a while ago, where we talk about the serious shit. So Celtics tied up Golden State 2-2. Am I worried? A little bit. Next game is in San Francisco. Not feeling great, but is Steph going to have like monster games the next 2 out of 3? It's what they're going to need in order to win. So all is not lost. I still have hope. God damn, my energy's low, huh? Hopefully when we get into some of these topics, it'll pick up. Because I'm like, almost feels like I'm sleepwalking through this podcast so far. So I'm just looking through my notes and stuff. Like, it's been so long since I've been on here letting shit out. So, like, we passed Mother's Day, right? I think it's got to take a special mind to be in marketing, because for example, I get contact lenses. I get them delivered from whatever company X. So company X obviously has my email, right? Well, company X sends me if we're going back to Mother's Day, a Mother's Day email for like contacts. Like, how do you connect the two? Like, am I gonna buy my mother some contact? Like, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And these marketing people, they just do this ridiculous shit, and they take it to such levels that, if in case you didn't notice, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, was offering a Mother's Day bouquet. This was a bouquet with flowers and actual pieces of chicken. I'm not lying. You could look it up. Who? What kind of? Okay, if your mom is absolutely loves KFC, eats it all the time, is fucking nutso for KFC, then fine. I get it. Send your mom a fucking KFC bouquet with actual pieces of chicken and flowers. It was like a bucket with flowers and sticks of chicken. And I think if I remember correctly, you had to like assemble it yourself. So you actually had to grab the greasy pieces of chicken and put them on the sticks. And I don't know. I guess it works if your mom just absolutely loves chicken, and that's all she eats, or eats it on the reg. But this is the level that these marketing people take things to, where they're trying to sell you Kentucky Fried bouquets. It's like, not only is it a stupid idea, but I gotta actually take the fucking thing and put it together. It's like when like we're talking about marketing, right? So McDonald's came out with that secret hacked menu, or whatever the fuck it was, of shit that nobody really wanted, like a sandwich with a burger, McChicken, and a fillet of fish all in the same sandwich. Like, who's asking for that? So what they did was they sold you the three sandwiches, and you were supposed to put it together yourself. They didn't even put it together for you. They didn't give you like one big mega sandwich. They just basically charged you for three different sandwiches and said, eat them separate, put them together, whatever. Same shit you could have always done, but we're going to try and market this way. We're going to call it the land, sea, and air, or whatever the fuck it was called, the fucking stupid asshole fish chicken fuckhead burger. Like, it's just marketing stupidity. But I'm sure people went and bought it because we're dummies like that. Like, I am a dummy. I belong in this category because most anything new that comes out in these fast food places, I'm the sucker that's right there buying this shit. I like to try new things, whatever. I did not get the land, sea, and air. I did not want a fish burger or a fish chicken burger or whatever. So I avoided that. But yeah, marketing. I mean, marketing can be great. Like, if you have an invention, and look at all these shitty inventions that have gotten good marketing that have made a lot of people a lot of money. Maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe I'm just bitter because I haven't actually had something like that. But whatever. So I saw this I don't know if it was an article or ad or whatever about this healthy wager weight loss, which to me is actually a really good idea. I guess you get rewarded for losing weight. Like, you buy into the program, and you, I mean, I guess the scales are kind of tilted towards you being a fat bastard. So I don't know, if you want to lose a few pounds, make a few bucks, seems like the way to go. I don't know what the buy-in is for something like that, but shit, if you want to motivate somebody to lose some weight, there's a couple ways you can do it, right? Especially if it's a guy. If it's a guy, it's money and pussy. You know, you you offer either one somehow, some way. He's gonna be serious about it. Um, I saw another article not too long ago where there was supposedly so this is so stupid and misinformed and just how crazy everything is when it gets out there. Supposedly Snickers got woke because Snickers bars supposedly have dick veins in them. So the little grooves from the chocolate just naturally just pouring on a Snickers bar is supposedly a dick vein, according to some folks. And some, somebody supposedly got one and it had no dick veins. It was like a smooth Snickers bar, which is probably just some type of anomaly. But they try to say like they got woke and they got rid of the dick veins because of people complaining. to which Snickers actually had to reply and say, like, basically, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We haven't changed anything. We're like we're making our Snickers bar same way we always do. And it's just so funny how the lengths people go to try to make something out of nothing. Snickers bar dick veins. I'll never look at a Snickers bar the same again after reading that story. You know, you're talking to a guy who's had cock. Okay, don't forget last episode I had cock soup all up in my mouth. Now I'm eating fucking Snickers bar dick vein fucking candies. What a world we live in. Johnny Depp. We're gonna talk about Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. We're gonna talk about that later, but we'll talk about that later. Again, a little late to the party, but whatever. Fuck it, we're here. I'm sure at this point, if you live on this planet, you saw Mike Tyson pound that dude on the plane that kept fucking with him. So it just, I got into kind of a discussion with the wife about, like, she was like initially on Tyson's side, and I was initially on the other guy's side, because my whole thing was, you can't just pound on somebody's face because they annoy you. Like, you can't just start beating the shit out of somebody because they annoy you. And I still feel that way. However, I guess the story comes out, no charges were pressed or anything like that. This guy, I guess, was really fucking with Tyson and really going like overboard and really harassing him and stuff like that. And I guess he didn't really beat his ass that bad. Maybe it's just because he's older now and whatever. But there's a couple things I got from this. Like, I guess everybody has that breaking point. So I guess the guy pushed it too far and he probably deserved it. So I kind of went back and kind of changed my opinion about that. About whether because let's face it, there's got to be balance. Like, you can't just start unloading on a dude, but you also can't just keep taking shit from somebody, especially in a situation like that where you're enclosed and there's not really a whole lot of help that's going to come and take care of this dude and get him chill. You know, you got a whole flight and somebody keeps fucking with you, you're gonna reach a breaking point. Um, but I guess the other thing I took out of that is Tyson kind of had free shots at him, and the dude wasn't really all that fucked up. Maybe he was. Maybe I didn't see it properly. But you would have think if he got his eye caved in like prime Tyson would have done, then like um you like it's regular Tyson, but like he got worked. But from what I could see, he didn't really get that bad of an ass whipping, which leads me to this. Remember uh Fresh Prince, where he was like, I think I could beat Mike Tyson or whatever. I think I could take him. Good, a lot of training. He's a lot older than me. You know, give him his own little rope a dope style. Yeah, right. Get my ass kicked. um, yeah. So there was that. I I struck. See, this is kind of a serious thing, but it's an observation. So, like, I'm trying to keep away from these topics, but it's not really that's it. Like, I guess what I always do is I look at things and I wonder what somebody's thinking when they do this or um, whatever. So what I've noticed is, and I'm sure you've noticed it too, there's a lot of roadside memorials, right? So unfortunately, some little kid or something is out there by the side of the road or playing or doing whatever, and somebody runs them over and unfortunately kills them. Um, and I don't mean to bring the podcast to like, but I just wonder what the mentality is to put a bunch of teddy bears and balloons and continuously keep this memorial going in these roadside, side of the highway type things. Because for me, kind of weird. Yes, that would have been, if this happened to me, maybe I would think differently. But okay, that's where the kid died. That's where my child died or whatever. But we don't do that for any other um circumstance. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of somewhere where somebody dies, right? So your brother dies at a construction site or something like that. Nobody's putting up a memorial at the construction site and going back and making sure balloons are up there and all of that stuff every year. You do that at the grave site, right? Like, you go to his grave site or whatever, and you leave flowers there and you leave whatever remembrances there. It seems odd to me, and maybe I'm the only one. Maybe I'm just kind of fucked up mind, which of course I do, but um, it seems odd to me that you would um, set up this memorial where your kid actually died. I don't think I would want to, and this again, this is just me. I process things differently, obviously, than some people. I don't think I would want to have some type of memorial there and to be reminded of that every time I pass that area, even though like it's gonna happen regardless. Like, but I guess I just wouldn't. I don't think I would want a bunch of balloons and teddy bears and candles and all of that shit in that area. You know, I don't know. It just seems a weird process. But whatever helps you get through the day. It is what it is. I don't know. I just observe things and I talk about them. So, um, yeah, and I try to just like, I thought you were gonna talk about fucking serious, heavy shit. Well, it's it's hard. It's hard because I observe things and I have questions and I want to talk about them. But we're gonna get into some of the lighter shit right now. Um, let me see. What do we got here? Oh, saw this recently, right? I'm at a Walmart. Okay, big surprise, Walmart, right? But this is what cracks me up about people, because people are great. People are fucking awesome. And so I'm at this Walmart, and the people are. What's the first thing you do when you go to Walmart? You grab a carriage, right? Or a shopping cart, whatever you call it. Up north, call it a carriage. Other parts you might call it a shopping cart, whatever. And there were none. I don't know if COVID was going on. I don't know if short staffed, whatever. There were no shopping carts. Okay. But what was funny was that these people couldn't seem to compute that there were no shopping carts and that there were none coming. I watched person after person walk over to where the shopping carts are supposed to be and just kind of like short circuited. They were like they looked to the left, they looked to the right, they looked again, like if some carts were magically going to appear, and they just stood there, and they looked around, left, right, straight ahead, and their brains were just like stuck. They could not comprehend that there were no shopping carts there and that nobody was bringing any. Now, again, I don't know what happened at the store. It may have been, like I said, some staff shortage or whatever, but there were no shopping carts coming. Now, this has happened to me before, okay? And what I did as I don't know, I guess, thinking man, is I just walked up to the parking lot and grabbed a shopping cart that was available and went in. But these people, no. My expectation is that there's a fucking shopping cart right there waiting for me when I walk up to Walmart. And if there's not, there's motherfucking hell to pay, because you should have seen these people's faces. They were pissed. They were standing there with the arms all folded, grumpy ass looks on their face. They could not believe that there were no shopping carts for them. Meanwhile, there's one right over there, 10 feet away, that they could go and grab. I kid you not, and I am not exaggerating. These people, some of them look so perplexed. It's like you just threw them a fucking super hard Sudoku that they couldn't figure out. They were just standing there like, shopping cart. Where? These fucking assholes. And I am not exaggerating. Because I found this so amusing, I observed this for I don't know how long. It was a couple there that stood there and waited for I don't know how long to see if somebody was out. Like obviously you could see the parking lot. You could see if somebody's gathering shopping carts and is gonna bring them. They stood there complaining and bitching and complaining that there were no shopping carts for at least 15 minutes with pissy looks on their face and could have easily grabbed one within minutes. But this is our America. This is the time we live in. This is the ridiculous shit that goes on there that people are so entitled they expect the shopping cart to be there. And there should be. I mean, they want you to shop. There should be a cart there, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like it's an unreasonable expectation. It of course is a reasonable expectation. But the reaction, and this goes in so many different ways because people are just fucking out of their minds these days with their expectations and their entitlement and all of that stuff. It's just like, is it really gonna kill you? Is it really that difficult to go just fucking grab one? You know, I find myself often if right after I park, if I see one, I'll just grab it and bring it in because I, you know, maybe I'm helping out the shopping cart guy who's fucking out there sweating his ass off in 95-degree weather, bringing all these goddamn shopping carts in. There's one less for him to bring in. Of course, I'm going to leave it, you know, in the thing afterwards, but still, that's one less he has to wrangle up, you know, because if I didn't grab it, that would have been two. But it just it never ceases to amaze me. Just how people they just don't know how to react when things aren't what they expect or what they used to. I don't know, whatever. That's I guess that's what happened with the fucking Snickers dick veins. They open it up and they're like, "What the fuck? Fucking Snickers is smooth. Was my dick veins?" I don't know. So there's a lot of bums down here in Florida. I should call them bums, homeless people, whatever, beggars, whatever you want to call them. Everywhere you fucking go, every goddamn light, somebody's got a sign, somebody's got some way of trying to beg you for money, whether it be, oh, this person got injured and we need money for the operation, or whatever. They get creative with this stuff, right? Somebody just selling flowers and she's out there with a fucking kid and just all this crazy shit. All these ways to make you feel guilty, right? I saw the God recently. I saw the God. And if you've ever been like in the Orlando area on OBT, you might have seen this fucking guy. This guy, and I call him the God for a reason because he's got long hair. And this cocksucker will I like I've seen him kind of he gets down on his knees and he does the prayer thing, right? Now I've seen him do that like on the side, but just the other day he took it to a whole nother level. This guy was you know when the bums come and stuff, you kind of just try to like avoid eye contact, and you're just like, even if I want to help this person, I probably don't have any cash on me, and you know, change thing is empty in the car because most of us don't carry cash anymore, right? So I always feel bad because sometimes I do want to throw him a buck, but I don't have any cash on me. You know, but so I've seen this guy before, and he'll get down on his knees like on the side of the car, and it's still kind of easy to avoid eye contact or whatever. This motherfucker, what he pulled on this person when I was driving by, there was no there's no avoiding anything. Okay, this guy was on his knees, hands up in the prayer pose, right direct in front. He was blocking the road with his prayer. And mind you, it's like 90 something degrees out. This poor son of a bitch is sweating. And it's just like, wow, like what do you do in this situation? How do you fucking say no to this guy? How do you, like, it sucks because even if you want to help him, like in my situation, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna go to the ATM and then come back and throw him a fucking 20? Like, I don't have any cash on me, you know? So you feel bad, but at the same time, it's like, well, I'm also coming from work. You know, you might have whatever issues that you have. So it's like the, you know, the constant balance, the yin and the yang, and it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's a tough situation, but when somebody does that shit, it's like, what the fuck do you do in that situation? You know, hopefully he got up when the light turned, so the motherfucker didn't have to swerve around them like he's a cone, you know, like, oh, there's fucking prayer cone, and he just go around him like, fuck. But yeah, this motherfucker, he was not playing, and I don't know if he makes a lot of money that way, but it's a bold move. It's a bold move. You are not avoiding eye contact with this guy. He's like in your face with the fucking prayer hands. Like, I think his next step is he's just gonna get up on your fucking hood and just start praying right there. But it's some crazy shit out there. So, speaking of homeless guys, right? So some of these guys are legit, right? Some of these guys are, I guess, legit, but for reasons, for nefarious reasons. Somebody like to partake in a little drink. Somebody like to partake in a little bit more than drink. But whatever the case is, they have their hustle. So you remember the episode of Seinfeld when George was doing the fake elbow thing, to where it got to the point where he couldn't even control it anymore. He was doing it like involuntarily. It became like a real thing. So I'm wondering, these guys, you see them with the limp, right? Everybody's seen a bum with a limp. All these motherfuckers got limps. All of them. So I'm wondering if that limp becomes like a not a self-conscious thing, but like a just kind of like embedded, like a habit thing, where all of a sudden you're just walking around with the limp and you don't even know you're doing it, you know? So the bum so the bum goes to work, he's limping around all day, and he gets whatever he gets. And he's done, right? He's done. He's like, fuck it, I got enough money, get me a six-pack, some smokes, and, you know, a sandwich. He's good. So he starts walking towards the liquor store, and he's still doing the limp. And it's just like, I can imagine, like, I guess the buddy bum, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, are you still on duty? And he just doesn't realize it. He just continuing with the limp, you know, like, I gotta believe that that happens. It's, I don't know, whatever. Just something I was thinking about. It's probably not that funny, but um, I bet it happens. It has to. Um, do you see this fucking guy? This fucking, remember the guy, Dogface? Now I just happened to stumble across this. But you remember Dogface? Dogface was the guy who, I guess his car wouldn't start. So he got on a skateboard and he was going to work and he was playing Fleetwood Mac and drinking the ocean spray cranberry juice or whatever. And he got all viral and everybody, and they fucking came up truck and all that stuff, right? But didn't stop. This guy went from being a nobody with a shitty fucking broken down car and a bottle of fucking cranberry juice to like doing fucking songs with Snoop Dogg. He has a song with Snoop Dogg. I think it's called like No Lighter, where they do a play on the old song Low Rider. And not only that, fucking Cheech and Chong is in the video. Cheech and Chong and George Lopez. Like, oh, he's fucking guys hanging out with Cheech and Chong and George Lopez and Snoop Dogg. And all he did was just fucking ride this world is crazy. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. All you gotta do is just listen to some Fleetwood Mac and drink a fucking juice. And that leads you down this path to making songs with Snoop. A legend. Doing a video with Cheech and Chong. Legends. Man, I'm jealous of Dogface. You ever have to sneeze when you got a bunch of food in your mouth? And you're chewing something, all of a sudden you gotta sneeze. That's fucking awkward. Or when you get a burp and you have like food in your mouth. So then you kind of like swallow the burp and then it like recycles. So you have a recycled burp. I mean, the burp, I guess, is easier to handle, but the sneezing with food in your mouth is the worst. It's the worst. Because as much as you can, I mean, I guess you can be one of those people that holds it in and your fucking eardrums explode. But most of us let that shit out. I gotta like that. That's had to have led to some tough situations, but whatever. I don't know. It was just a little side note. I just thought of that. Whatever. So I don't know if it's gotten better. I think it has because I haven't really seen much about it on the news. But I guess there was a baby formula shortage, which is a serious thing, right? You had all these people tripping and like, oh my god, baby formula, what are we gonna do? I'm going to a fucking driving 2 hours to get baby formula and this and that. And I was just like, no, I know the special circumstances. Don't get me wrong. But in many cases, in almost every case, these chicks have two titties. Okay? The answer is right in front of you. All you have to do is look down. Now, I understand it's not ideal. I understand that there are special circumstances. I understand that there might be an adjustment. However, you have the answer right in front of you. And this became the biggest thing because there was no baby formula. with all these healthy titties out there, all these full milky titties to feed all these kids, yet everybody woes me as a baby formula shortage. I don't know, maybe I'm naive. Maybe I'm a man and I don't understand. But I feel like you had the answer right on your chest. Just fucking plop a titty in the kid's face. If he's hungry, he's gonna get that milk. Like, or she. It's not that complicated. It's the way they used to do it, you know. Like there wasn't always baby formula. So I was driving and the car in front of me had a fake ball bag hanging on the rear bumper. I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? And you know, you see a lot of cars with a lot of different things on them. And it's like, I guess my mind always goes to what makes a person put this on their car. So like you'll see like all these, I don't know, racing decals or um, some brand, or like I guess if it was like your business or something like that, I totally get it. But like just this random shit that you see on some of these cars, it's like why why would you do this? Like what are you doing? What goes into your thought process before you put this specific thing on your car? And in this case, a ball bag. You're hanging a ball bag on the back of your car. What does that say about you as a person? You think it's funny? Like everybody's gonna be like, ball bag. Do you have fixation for balls? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Because it just seems like such a savage thing to put on the back of your car. Like, I think in some cases they might put them on the front or even on the fucking on your rear your mirror. I don't get it. I don't know. This fucking society is fake ball bag. It's funny, right? I guess. I guess. And that's I guess what it comes down to, right? Like um far be it from me to shit on somebody for toilet humor, because this is a guy who was readily spouting that I had cock in my mouth last week when I, or not last week, but last episode when I ate the cock soup. So far be it from me. I am not above toilet humor. I just don't see what's funny about a ball bag hanging off your car. I don't know. Whatever. Humor is so subjective. It's like music. Like you can't tell somebody else what to like, and if they vibe with something, they vibe with something. You know, that's it might not be for you. So be it. Doesn't mean it sucks. It's just not for you. So like Big Bang Theory is not my type of humor. Curb Your Enthusiasm is. For the next guy, it might be the opposite. So I get it. I just feel like the ball bag hanging is probably very little people that find that super humorous, right? Um, So let me take a look at my thing real quick and see what else we got. Um, I think I pretty much bored you with everything that I have. Um, Kind of sucked this week. Sorry for this episode. Fucking, I suck. Be nice to have somebody to bounce things off of, but Rob, fuck me. No, he didn't. Um, this is just on me having an off night. There was a no, there was nothing. There was nothing. I just lost my train of thought. Um, I have lately been, I listen to all types of music. Love music. Always listen to music. Um, Not so much into country, but whatever. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Good for you. Um, so I've been listening to a lot of soul music lately, right? And I was late to the party, but Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak have a group called Silk Sonic, and it's a really good album. If you like soul music, it's a really good album. Kind of brings you back to that type of vibe. But their first single, "Smoking Out the Window" or whatever it's called, it's got when he's, if you haven't heard it, he's basically talking about how his girl did him wrong or whatever. So there's a certain part where he's like, "This bitch got me paying her rent," whatever, right? So I was thinking about it and I was like, like I started to apply that to not so serious things. So like the wife would tell me to like ask me to take out the garbage or something like that. And I'll just be like in my brain, I'd just be like, "This bitch got me," for stupid shit. And it got to the point where I was just like doing it for everything. Like the smallest, stupidest things, like um, you know, just can you get me something to drink? Like stupid, simple shit. And that was going on in my brain. And I think that's what happened to Johnny Depp and this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. He just like he heard the songs and he started doing it, but he did it out loud. He didn't just see. This is what you miss from the trial. Everybody watched the trial, or they got the snippets from the trial and this and that. Nobody told you about this. He was doing that shit to Amber all the time, and she had enough. Everybody's on Johnny Depp's side. Well, you don't know the torture that he was putting on Amber. Anytime she asked him for anything, he'd be like, "This bitch got me." Like for the simplest shit, like when she asked him for some of those for a glass of wine, you know, and 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 that's what drove her crazy. And everybody's like, but by the way, how about these fucking wackos who show up at this trial and they're outside with signs and fucking like it reminded me of like the OJ trial, but these wackos are out there. Like, what kind of a person does this? What kind of a person takes time out of their own personal life to go to outside of the courthouse for this trial to cheer on? And then, see, these are people. This is what I always say when you have like politics and stuff like that. These are people who don't watch sports because that's what sports is. You cheer on your team. Well, Johnny Depp or Amber Heard became their team, and that's what they do. And it's fucking bananas, but whatever. It is what it is. So when I don't know all the details of the trial. I feel like they both have issues. They both did wrong. One may have done more wrong than the other. I don't know. I guess that was decided. Um, but there seemed to be way more of a tilt one way when we don't really know. We weren't there. We don't really know what was going down and how bad things were. Like when he claimed he just grabbed her and placed her down on the bed. Did you really do that? Did you really do that, Johnny? Or did you just toss her? I don't know. The bitch coming at me all crazy and shit like that, I might just fucking toss her. That's just me. Like toss her on the bed, like not toss her into a fucking wall or something like that, but whatever. Um Chances are he neither one of them was squeaky clean, and she may have done more, she may have been the crazier one, I don't know, but he wasn't exactly a saint in all of this. I mean, people get fucked up, people do certain things, and it's obvious he was getting fucked up and doing certain things, but whatever. That's just been decided. I don't know either, right? So you have all these women asking why would he put up with this, why would he deal with this stuff? And the answer is very simple. The bitch was crazy. Like, she wasn't crazy, but she has some crazy in her. And dudes, and what that means when I say she has some crazy in her, she did some crazy shit when they were getting intimate. Because dudes will put up with way more shit than they should when a chick is a fucking crazy freak. Ask anybody. Ask any guy. Every guy has a story about some crazy bitch that did this or that they stuck around for who knows how long because of that craziness. Because that craziness brings up a level of kinkiness, or just it brings up the level in the sheets. And that's why dudes fucking put up with that bullshit. Because a crazy bitch will do some crazy shit in the sheets that will fucking blow your mind. Now, for every dude, that could be different. Every guy is different. So what's going to blow one guy's mind might not blow another guy's mind. But that's why he dealt with it. That's why he did that shit. That's why he put up with it for so long. Because every time you think I've had enough, she come out with that crazy shit and like you just like get amnesia. Because again, we think with that one and not with this one all the time. So as many times as you're ready to walk, the good crazy comes up, because this is bad crazy and good crazy. The good crazy is in the sheets crazy. The bad crazy is taking a shit on your side of the bed crazy. Like, there's dudes out there that after they heard that were like, well, she's taking shits on the side of the bed. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some crazy motherfuckers out there who are like turned on by that. So that's why, like, all you chicks that are out there saying, oh, I don't know why you stayed with her all that time. She was doing this and she was doing that and blah, blah, blah. Because she fucking was a fucking crazy freak and fucked his dick off in however way he enjoyed it. Because let's face it, sex is pretty basic act, right? It's the nuances of it. It's the way you do it. So if you can do it in a way that blows some guy's mind, then he's more apt to forgive. he might walk around being like, this bitch, but he's still gonna, he's still gonna, you know. So I don't know, whatever. Good luck to both of them. It's hopefully they learn some shit from that relationship. And the crazy thing is, you have all these mightier than thou attitudes from all these people when they hear all this shit that happened between them two, and it's just like, what do you got going on in your closet? What have you done? What have you said to your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever? Because chances are you've said some fucked up shit too. Now, hopefully you've learned from it, and hopefully you're not taking a fucking dump on your significant other's side of the bed, unless they like that. Because if they like that, then more power to you. But can we stop it with the fucking attitudes of like, oh my god, oh, like you have never called somebody an asshole or told them they're a fuck up or to go fuck themselves or whatever. Uh, I believe in respect and all of that stuff, and sometimes things get a little heated in arguments, and you might say something that you regret, but you typically admit that right away, and you say, "Sorry, my bad. I shouldn't have did that," and kind of keep it to a minimum. You don't like start fucking, I don't know, throwing bottles at each other or whatever the fuck they were doing, fighting and smacking and punching a guy in the face and taking a shit on his side of the bed. I mean, Jesus Christ, that right there tells you the level of psycho she like. Oh, you think you're crazy? You keyed his car? Watch this. Hold my beer. Fucking, that's an amateur hour. I mean, we talked about it a while ago where that chick threw the fucking guy's dog off the balcony or whatever to kill the fucking poor guy's dog. Like, that chick, man, that guy must have, the thing she must have done in the sheets with that guy to be that crazy to throw his fucking dog off the fucking balcony. And now this one's taking a shit on his side of the bed. And I just picture her like smearing it in and everything too. Like just dropping a deuce wasn't enough for her. Like she's just on some other shit. She's like, no, this got fucking, you gotta feel this. It's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe just a fucking idiot. I don't know, but anyways, what we can all learn from this is don't take that, this bitch got me. Don't take that shit too far, because when you do, you could end up like Johnny Depp. All right. See, I was smart. I only said that in my head. I didn't say it out loud. If I said it out loud, I'd be fucked. But I only said it in my head. Anyways, I'm gonna try and not wait 2 months for the next one. I guess if like, it should be on YouTube too. So if anybody has any comments or any suggestions or any thoughts, anything that you want to talk about, throw it out there. I'm willing to engage in anything. All right. If not, like always, fuck off. Catch you next time.